Welcome to Earthenkind Quests. My name is Mike. In this episode of Nemesis Battles, a Moon Druid and a Stars Druid battle against a Black Dragon. The two Druids are at level 8, using the rules in the 2024 Player's Handbook of Dungeons & Dragons. The Young Black Dragon is a challenge rating 7 creature in the 2025 Monster Manual. The dragon is accompanied by 4 kuo-toa whips, described as challenge rating 1 creatures in the 2025 Monster Manual. During the course of the encounter, I will clarify about what happens in the story and in the game mechanics while demonstrating in the 3D World Builder and virtual tabletop system of RPG stories. For extra details about the characters, in the video text description you can see the web links for the character sheets in D&D Beyond. The two druids share some aspects in common with each other, yet you will notice their differences, especially at this point of level 8. The Wood Elf, Circle of the Moon Druid, is named Aluna Silverstream. As a Moon Druid, her primary feature involves the enhancements to the Druidic Wild Shape. She can access more powerful Wild Shape forms, along with spellcasting that can augment a Wild Shape beast, especially during combat. The Silver Dragonborn Circle of the Stars Druid is named Stellard Brightpath. As a Stars Druid, his primary feature involves transforming into a starry form, with 3 options for ranged combat, extra healing, or mental fortitude. The Silver Dragonborn heritage manifests primarily in terms of Stellar Brightpath's relationship with the sky and the stars. The two druids have known each other throughout their lives, and now they both are at level 8. They argue often about how to protect the natural world. The Moon Druid Aluna Silverstream prefers to allow nature to run its course on its own without interference, while she strongly opposes artificial influences and impacts. The Stars Druid Stellar Brightpath prefers to guide the natural world toward a healthy outcome, intervening on the behalf of nature whenever needed. Recently, the two druids came across a distressing situation. The ancient tomb holding a dragon's heart was broken open, and the magical potency began to spread outward, contaminating and mutating the surrounding swampland. The energy began to affect the waters and soil's nutrients connected to the nearby farmlands. The druids investigated, and they warned the local animals and the farmers that the area has become unsafe. Now the farmers are preparing to abandon their homes and their farms, seeking a new life elsewhere. A wandering hunter mentioned about another place with healthy farmlands a few days of travel away from here. The farmers could prosper in this other place, although the location would be too far away for this group to provide the food supply for the Spellsword Academy. The Academy will need to find another way of obtaining a food supply. Meanwhile, the farmers are growing unhappy about supporting the Spellsword Academy anyway. The Academy created the Tomb of the Dragon's Heart in the nearby swampland long ago, and now seemingly is unaware or uncaring about what has happened with the energy leaking out into the world. Tomorrow morning, the wandering hunter will guide the way out to this other place of productive lands. The hunter mentions about a wondrous mansion in this location, apparently with magical qualities of its own that possibly could rival the Spellsword Academy. Overnight in the farming community, the Moon Druid Aluna Silverstream and the Stars Druid Stellar Brightpath consider what to do about the dragon's heart, seeping its dangerous energy out from the opened tomb. They complete a long rest, recovering all of their hit points and power resources. Secretly, during the night, the wandering hunter moves into the nearby swampland. The appearance of the hunter is only a magical, superficial illusion. The real person is the fiend warlock Belade Burns, using the Disguise Self spell with her eldritch invocation of the Mask of Many Faces. The spell lasts only for 1 hour, and she ends the spell for now. Belade Burns is a Pact of the Blade fiend warlock currently at level 15. She is working toward an attack against her enemies at the Spellsword Academy. So far, she has been developing different preparations toward her goal. In the swampland, the warlock Belade Burns admires her work, where during the previous night she personally broke the seal of the Tomb of the Dragon's Heart. She learned about this secret place some years ago, when she was a student at the Spellsword Academy, before she was thrown out from the academy due to her unauthorized access into the secret archives. Now the warlock enters into the terrain of a young black dragon and a community of fishfolk or kuo-toa who worship this dragon as a young version of a dragon who eventually will grow into a god. Several years ago, they were attracted to live here, close to the tomb of the ancient dragon's heart. Currently, though, they are surprised by the destructive energy seeping out from the broken tomb while they urge their future dragon god to harness this power. Right now, the Warlock intrudes into this area, and the young black dragon threatens to consume the Warlock. The Warlock declares that she only wants to talk. She suggests that the dragon should listen for the next few minutes. She casts the suggestion spell using a packed magic spell slot. The dragon rolls a wisdom saving throw to resist the suggestion. A result of 7 fails. Notably, the young black dragon is not yet old enough to gain legendary resistance that older dragons can use for overcoming a failed saving throw. In this case, the young black dragon follows the suggestion to listen for the next few minutes. The fishfolk, or kuo-toa, know that the warlock just cast a spell right now, but they believe that their mighty black dragon must be more powerful than whatever this one spellcaster could attempt. During the next 1 minute, while the dragon is compelled to listen to the warlock talking, Bellade Burns instructs that the dragon should attack at the nearby farming community. Specifically, tomorrow at dawn, the dragon should target 2 druids who are staying at the farming community. During the attack, the dragon should announce that it is acting on the behalf of the Spellsword Academy, leaving no survivors or witnesses about the opening of the Tomb of the Dragon's Heart. The dragon will need to continue to fight until the 2 druids will be defeated. The warlock's instructions are part of casting the spell Gesh. The dragon rolls another wisdom saving throw to resist the instruction. A result of 15 fails. The dragon will obey the instructions. The kuo-toa regard the warlock as outlandishly brazen in issuing such an instruction to their future dragon god, yet they can respect that the young black dragon apparently wants to collaborate with the proposed plan. The religious leader or archpriest of the kuo-toa will need some time to prepare an army of kuo-toa to assist. Meanwhile, for now, 4 of the kuo-toa whip soldiers will join with the dragon for the upcoming attack at dawn. In the nearby farming community, dawn approaches. Somberly, the farmers prepare to abandon their farms and their homes. The wandering hunter will lead them to a new place to live, safely away from the dangers of the dragon's heart energy. Inside the water of the nearby stream, the young black dragon and the 4 kuo-toa whips are approaching to attack. The 4 kuo-toa prepare with the spell Shield of Faith on themselves, gaining a bonus of +2 to their armor class, lasting up to the next 10 minutes with concentration. The attackers use the hide action beneath the water, attempting to gain the element of surprise. Given the distance from the nearest observers outside the water, the group rolls the stealth checks with advantage. The young black dragon rolls 24. The 4 kuo-toa whips roll 14, 19, another 19, and 10. 2 of the kuo-toa rolled lower than 15, meaning that they were unsuccessful with the hide action. Something about their movement in the water attracted attention. The others successfully are hidden and they could gain the invisible condition for now. The Moon Druid Aluna Silverstream and the Stars Druid Stellard Brightpath both notice a disturbance in the water. I would interpret that the druids are aware of their natural surroundings and they can detect that something unusual is happening in the environment. They move closer to the water to examine more clearly. With passive perceptions of 18 and 15, the Moon Druid and the Stars Druid can detect the 2 kuo-toa whips who rolled with stealth skill checks of 14 and 10. Now with active perception skill checks, the Moon Druid rolls 26 and the Stars Druid rolls 7. The Moon Druid Aluna Silverstream detects all of the threats beneath the water and she alerts her ally the Stars Druid Stellard Brightpath. At this time, knowing that the element of surprise has been lost, the young black dragon and the 4 kuo-toa whips emerge from the water. The dragon obeys the warlock's instructions of the Gesh spell, announcing with a thunderous roar that the Spellsword Academy will leave no survivors here to report about the devastation seeping out from the broken tomb in the nearby swampland. The dragon inhales deeply, preparing with its acid breath. The warlock, currently disguised as the wandering hunter, encourages the farmers to follow closely. The hunter will lead them out to safety. All of the participants here roll for initiative. At this point, nobody here is hidden or surprised, and all of the initiative rolls are normal without advantage or disadvantage. The Moon Druid rolls 21, and the Stars Druid rolls 6. The young black dragon rolls 12. The 4 kuo-toa whips roll 8, 9, 14, and 12. The Moon Druid will act first, followed by 1 of the kuo-toa, then the young black dragon, the other 3 kuo-toa, and lastly the Stars Druid. For the purposes of this encounter, the Fiend Warlock Bellied Burns, currently disguised as the Wandering Hunter, will act on initiative count 10 along with the local farmers as a single group. The two druids ordinarily might not rush into a combat situation. In this particular case, though, they recognize that they need to defend themselves. In round 1, the Circle of the Moon Druid Aluna Silverstream begins her turn with a bonus action to enter into her druidic wild shape. She transforms into a giant constrictor snake. As a Moon Druid, the wild shape grants an armor class of 18, 24 temporary hit points, and a bonus with Constitution saving throws, such as when concentrating on spells. As a Moon Druid, Aluna Silverstream can cast a few special spells while in her wild shape. In this case, she casts Conjure Animals, upcasting with a 4th level spell slot. During the next 10 minutes, the Moon Druid can concentrate on conjuring a pack of spirit animals, filling a large space. The spirit pack can reach out 10 feet, essentially creating a zone or emanation of slashing damage. Whenever the emanation enters into the space of another creature, or whenever a creature ends its turn inside there, then the Moon Druid can decide for the pack to cause slashing damage. The affected creature can attempt a dexterity saving throw to avoid the damage. Whenever the Moon Druid uses her movement, then she can cause the pack to move up to 30 feet, thereby bringing the emanation into contact with opponents for the slashing damage. Now in the form of the giant constrictor snake, with a swim speed of 30 feet, the Moon Druid moves closer to the dragon in the water. With its huge size and a reach of 10 feet, the giant constrictor snake enters into melee contact with one of the kuo-toa, but the snake cannot quite reach into melee contact with the others or with the dragon. With her movement, the Moon Druid can cause the pack of conjured animals to move, passing into the spaces of all of the kuo-toa whips and the young black dragon. With the 4th level upcasting, the pack causes 17 slashing damage. Each of the affected creatures rolls a dexterity saving throw to attempt to avoid the damage. The dragon rolls 14, the 4 kuo-toa whips roll 7, 10, 1, and another 1. All of these creatures suffer the 17 slashing damage. All 4 of the kuo-toa need to roll Constitution saving throws to concentrate on their Shield of Faith spells. They roll 4, 18, 8, and 19. 2 of them have lost concentration on the Shield of Faith spell, losing the bonus of +2 to their armor class. One of the kuo-toa is next to act. It throws a slimy glob at the giant constrictor snake. An attack roll of 11 misses against the wild shape armor class of 18. The kuo-toa wants to move away from this pack of conjured animals. It swims closer toward the Stars Druid. The young black dragon shifts its position slightly, aligning itself to release its acid breath in a line of 30 feet long and 5 feet wide. The line of acid affects the giant constrictor snake, but it does not reach far enough towards the Stars Druid. The acid breath produces 58 points of acid damage. The Moon Druid rolls a dexterity saving throw with the modifier of the giant constrictor snake. A roll of 11 fails. While in her wild shape, the Moon Druid cannot cast the Absorb Elements spell that otherwise could reduce the acid damage by half. The Moon Druid loses the 24 temporary hit points of her wild shape, and now she retains only 49 of her total 83 regular hit points. With the damage, the Moon Druid needs to roll an extremely difficult Constitution saving throw to concentrate on the Conjured Animals spell. The difficulty class is half of the 58 points of damage. The target number of 29 is impossible for the Moon Druid to succeed, even with the advantage of the Warcaster feat and an extra bonus of the Moon Druid during her wild shape. The Conjure Animals spell is lost. The dragon uses its flying speed to fly upward. The dragon growls, announcing that nobody here will escape. The Spellsword Academy will leave no survivors. Another kuo-toa is within 5 feet of the giant constrictor snake, and this kuo-toa attacks with its pincer staff. An attack roll of 18 hits against the wild shape armor class of 18. The attack causes 9 piercing damage. The giant constrictor snake is huge size, and it is too large to be grappled by the pincer staff that ordinarily could grapple a medium or smaller target. At this time, the farmers look to the wandering hunter to lead them to safety. The farmers are unaware that the hunter is only a magical illusion of a disguise, hiding the true identity of the warlock who orchestrated the attack here. In the disguise of the wandering hunter, the warlock assures the farmers that they will be safe from this attack and from anything else that the Spellsword Academy might attempt. The group moves away from the scene of the battle. The remaining 2 kuo-toa swim closer toward the Stars Druid. They cannot reach into melee contact. Instead, they throw slimy globs. The first attack roll is 15, hitting against the armor class of 14. The second attack roll of 13 misses the target. The one hit causes 7 points of acid damage. The Circle of the Stars Druid, Stellar Brightpath, starts his turn with 68 of his total 75 hit points. As a bonus action, Stellar Brightpath begins his starry form, choosing the stars constellation of a dragon. With any intelligence or wisdom ability check, as well as with any constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, the Stars Druid can treat any roll of 9 or lower on the d20 as if it were a 10, plus his applicable modifier. As his action, Stellar Brightpath casts Summon Fae, upcasting with a 4th level spell slot. He summons a Fae Spirit. For the next 1 hour with the Stars Druid's concentration, the Fae Spirit is summoned with an armor class of 16, 40 hit points, a fly speed of 30 feet, and 2 Fae Blade attacks. Additionally, this Fae Spirit can use a bonus action of a Fuming Mood to teleport up to 30 feet and make its next Fae Blade attack with advantage. The Fae Spirit acts immediately after the Stars Druid, and it obeys the Stars Druid's commands. Stellar Brightpath commands the Fae Spirit to attack the young black dragon. The Fae Spirit flies toward the dragon and uses its bonus action of the Fae Step to teleport into melee contact. Rolling with advantage, the first Fae Blade attack roll is 25, hitting against the armor class of 18. The Fae Blade produces 17 force damage. The second Fae Blade attack roll is 15, missing the target and deflected off the dragon's thick scales. At the end of round 1, the attack has begun while the 2 druids are engaged with the attackers. The Fiend Warlock Bladeburns currently is disguised as the Wandering Hunter and guiding the local farmers to safety. Regardless of whatever will happen next, the Warlock already has succeeded with what she intended here. In round 2, the Circle of the Moon Druid, Aluna Silverstream, is in the wild-shaped form of a giant constrictor snake. She retains 49 of her total 83 hit points. As her action, the Moon Druid casts Moonbeam, upcasting with her last 4th level spell slot. A Moon Druid can cast this spell during a wild shape. During the next 1 minute with concentration, the Moonbeam will cause radiant damage to any creature within its area whenever the Moonbeam first enters into a creature's space, or whenever a creature enters into the Moonbeam or ends its turn inside there. Right now, the Moonbeam is positioned to affect only the young black dragon. The Moonbeam generates 38 radiant damage, nearly the maximum possible. The dragon rolls a Constitution saving throw. With a result of 16, the dragon succeeds and suffers only half the damage for a total of 19 radiant damage. During her next turns, the Moon Druid can move the Moonbeam up to 60 feet. During this turn right now, though, the Moonbeam does not move. One kuo-toa moves into melee contact with the Stars Druid. It attacks with its pincer staff. The attack roll of 7 misses against the armor class of 14. The Stars Druid sees the attack coming and avoids it. He notices, though, that he could have been pinned down or grappled by the pincer staff. The young black dragon starts its turn by inhaling and attempting to recharge its acid breath. With a roll of 1, the acid breath does not yet recharge. The dragon flies toward the giant constrictor snake. When it moves, though, the dragon provokes an opportunity attack by the summoned Fae Spirit. The Fae Spirit attacks with its Fae Blade, rolling a natural 20, scoring a critical hit. The damage dice are doubled. The opportunity attack delivers 21 force damage. Instantly, the dragon regrets making this move. Nonetheless, the dragon swoops down into melee contact with the giant constrictor snake, aiming to defeat this wounded opponent. The dragon makes 3 rend attacks. The first attack roll is another natural 20, scoring a critical hit. The second attack roll is a 20 for a regular hit against the wild shape armor class of 18. The third attack roll is 14, missing the target. In total, the critical hit and the regular hit together produce 23 slashing damage and 11 acid damage. With each instance of damage, the Moon Druid needs to roll a Constitution saving throw to concentrate on her Moonbeam spell. With advantage of the Warcaster feat and the bonus with the Wild Shape feature, the rolls of 28 and 23 succeed. The Moonbeam spell continues, while the Moon Druid retains only 15 of her total 83 hit points. One kuo-toa is in melee contact with the severely wounded giant constrictor snake. It attacks with its pincer staff. The attack roll of 14 misses against the wild shape armor class of 18. The farmers continue to follow the wandering hunter away from this place, grateful for the opportunity to escape. While disguised in this way as the friendly hunter, the Warlock Bladeburns encourages for everyone to hurry toward another land to start a new life elsewhere, free from the dangers that the Spellsword Academy has brought upon them here. Two of the kuo-toa notice that the giant constrictor snake is severely wounded. Instead of their original plan to attack the Stars Druid, now they move into melee contact with the giant constrictor snake using their pincer staffs. The first attack roll is 14, missing against the wild shape armor class of 18. The second attack roll is 11, missing again. The Moon Druid avoids the attacks thanks to the extra armor class boost during her wild shape, still in the fight with only 15 of her total 83 hit points. The Circle of the Stars Druid, Stellard Brightpath, starts his turn with 68 of his 75 hit points in far better condition than his ally. As a bonus action, he casts Healing Word with a 3rd level spell slot. The Moon Druid regains 20 hit points, now with 35 of her total 83 hit points. The Stars Druid wants to attempt a ranged attack at the dragon, but he is within 5 feet of one kuo-toa enemy who is imposing disadvantage on a ranged attack roll. In this case, Stellar Brightpath steps away and accepts the opportunity attack. The opportunity attack roll is 13, narrowly missing the Stars Druid. Stellar Brightpath's good fortunes are protecting him, otherwise he would have been wounded and grappled by the pincer staff. As his action, the Stars Druid consults with his star map, and he casts Guiding Bolt without using a spell slot. The Guiding Bolt streaks toward the dragon. The attack roll is 20, hits against the armor class of 18. The bolt causes 11 radiant damage, and the next attack roll against the dragon will gain advantage. Stellar Brightpath commands the Fey Spirit to attack the dragon. The Fey Spirit flies into melee contact with the dragon. It makes 2 Fey Blade attacks. With advantage due to the previous Guiding Bolt, the first attack roll is 27, hitting against the armor class of 18. The Fey Blade causes 15 force damage. As a bonus action, the Fey Spirit uses its Fey Step to teleport into another position, still in melee contact with the dragon. The Fuming Mood with the teleport grants advantage to this next attack. The attack roll is 27 again, hitting the target. The Fey Blade causes 17 force damage. The young black dragon retains only 10 of its total 127 hit points. The battle will end soon. At the end of round 2, the young black dragon knows that it cannot survive through another round of this combat. The dragon proclaims that it will retreat for now and continue with this battle at another time. However, this proclamation contradicts the instructions of the Warlock's Gesh spell, commanding the dragon to continue into the fight until the 2 druids will be defeated. In this case of contradicting the Gesh spell, the dragon rolls a wisdom saving throw. It results in 7 fails, resulting in 33 points of psychic damage. The young black dragon falls with 0 hit points. It has been defeated. For the purposes of this encounter, the 4 kuo-toa whips scatter and flee. The Moon Druid, Aluna Silverstream, and the Stars Druid, Stellar Brightpath, have survived through this battle. After another few minutes, the 2 druids find that nearly all the farmers already have abandoned this place, following the wandering hunter toward a new place to live, safely away from the dangers of the Dragon's Heart energy seeping out from the broken tomb in the nearby swampland. Very few people remain here, needing a little bit more time before they can move away to join with the others. The wandering hunter assures the group of farmers that just a few days of travel will bring them to a healthy and productive land. At this moment, though, they meet with 3 adventurers coming along the pathway toward them. The wandering hunter mentions that she recognizes 2 of these adventurers. The hunter asks if indeed they are the Devotion Paladin, Vonanavan, and the Light Cleric, Clara Cloudburn, currently advanced students at the Spellsword Academy. They confirm that they indeed are these students right now on their way back to the Spellsword Academy to complete their final graduation ceremony. With these words, the adventurers find that the local farmers here change in their demeanor, becoming notably less friendly. The 3rd adventurer here is the Wildheart Barbarian, Anna Mole, who immediately knows with her background as a farmer that something is wrong in this place. The plants and the trees appear less healthy than what they should be, the animals appear to be uneasy, the farmers in this group look like they are abandoning their farms and their homes. Something dramatic must have happened here to drive the people away. The wandering hunter suggests for the 3 adventurers to find the 2 druids and any lingering farmers in the nearby community to learn about what has happened in this place. Meanwhile, the hunter will continue to lead this group out to another destination. Soon enough, the 3 adventurers learn what has happened with the breaking open of the tomb of the Dragon's Heart in the nearby swampland. Until now, they knew nothing about this ancient tomb, about the unusually dangerous Dragon's Heart, or about the role of the Spellsword Academy with this situation. They agree, though, that they will travel into the swampland to investigate and to stop the emanation of the Dragon's Heart energy from threatening the surrounding world. The Moon Druid, Aluna Silverstream, and the Stars Druid, Stellar Brightpath, mostly are concerned about protecting the plants and animals of the swampland, although they disagree strongly about whether or not to intervene with the course of nature. In this case, they will observe from a safe distance, at least for now. At a slow and comfortable pace, the wandering hunter leads the farmers out to their new place to live. The hunter advises for the group to continue along this path, while the hunter will move forward alone to scout farther in advance and to ensure that the route will be safe. Secretly, the hunter moves into the nearby swampland and ends the magical disguise, now reverting into the true form of the fiend warlock, Blade Burns. The warlock finds the place where the fish folk or kuo-toa were living with their young black dragon, who they believed would grow into a dragon god. By now they have learned that their beloved dragon has been defeated, and they look for who among them will be the strongest as a new leader. The warlock Blade Burns casts the spell Fly on herself, moving upward into the air. Now she casts the Thaumaturgy cantrip to speak in a booming and commanding voice. Blade Burns proclaims that the Spellsword Academy has brought the demise of the kuo-toa's future dragon god. The warlock offers to help the kuo-toa to seek revenge against the Spellsword Academy and to claim their rightful position of power in this realm. As a demonstration of her power, the warlock launches eldritch blasts with devastating force. Immediately, the kuo-toa here recognize that they have found their new leader. Our story will continue with Nemesis Battles. For now, in the comment section, please share your ideas and suggestions about what could have happened differently and what could happen next. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.